The new PS5 Slim versus the old PS5 Big. What are the differences? One of the main differences you definitely notice is the size itself. The PS5 Slim is definitely a smaller and more compact console than the original PS5, which I think is a really good thing for those that want to fit it inside of an entertainment center, which is a pretty difficult thing to kind of do with the original PS5. I know that was one of the key complaints, but with the new one, it should fit in a lot more comfortably for those that just want to tuck it away and not have to be this big showpiece. However, there are definitely more changes because when you take a look at the front ports, you'll see that on the old PS5, you have a USB-C and USB-A port, while on the brand new PS5 Slim, is what we'll still call it here, even though it's not officially that, it has two USB Type-C ports, and one of them is a super speed port, which should support external storage, because originally on the old PS5, you had to actually plug it in the back to be able to use storage. Looks like on this one, you're gonna have the option to plug it in the front as well and use faster storage if you want to. Another difference here on the front panel is if you look at the buttons, on the original PS5, you have a power button and an eject button, while on the new PS5 Slim, you have the power button there in the middle panel, and then where the drive physically is, they actually has the eject button right there since the drive is removable. Continuing looking at the ports, you can see on the back here that the ports are actually flipped a little bit differently. You can see on the original PS5 that the HDMI port is actually at the bottom, then you have your LAN USB going up. And the reason for that is most likely because this was supposed to be more meant to stand up vertically. Having that cable at the bottom meant it was less of a trip hazard and probably better for cable management, while on the new PS5 Slim, the HDMI port is at the top and the rest of the ports kind of go downwards. And I think that's going to be better for laying it horizontally and laying it flat, which is pretty much a preference that they're going here with the new PS5 Slim, because it doesn't come with a vertical stand. You have to buy that separately. It just comes with the two little little sticks, basically the best I can call it, that you can put it on that will allow you to lay it horizontally. But there are some more physical differences as well too, because if you take a look at the top, you can see that the air vents are a little bit different as well. While you have the more vent design that the PS5 was known for on the original PS5, you don't really have that on the PS5 Slim. It doesn't have those little side duct vents that it had before. It's supposed to be much better in terms of cooling on the new PS5, so I'm pretty sure that's probably a reason why that's not there anymore. And the side panels are also different as well too. While you had more of a matte finish and it was a one-piece side panel on the original PS5s, which weren't the easiest to sort of take off and pop off, it could possibly scratch the inside of the system. On the brand new PS5 Slim, you actually have 4 panels as a 2-part system, because that's why you have that slit right there in the middle, with the bottom panels being a matte finish and the top panels being this glossy finish, which is interesting that they kind of chose that. What's nice about that is that it allows you to kind of mix and match if you want to. So if you want different panels, different colors, it gives you different combinations. Hopefully we'll see more of that as more panels and more custom things come from the PS5 Slim later on down the line. But it also makes it easier to pop these off as well too in comparison. You just kind of pull off and they're really easy to come off. As with the old ones, like I said before, those were a little bit trickier to kind of get off. And when you do pop those panels off, this is where you can see the expandable storage. Now, basically both have the same NVMe and expandable storage, just in a little bit different locations. But the one big change here in the PS5 Slim is that you actually have a removable drive, a removable disk drive right at the bottom, and you can just hit that one button and it pops right out. Now the reason for this is that there is a Slim digital edition which doesn't come with the drive, but if you do want to buy it, you can buy it for extra if you want to and add it a little bit later. But to be honest with you, if you try to do all that together, it's going to be more expensive than it would be just to get it with the disk drive initially. So I would just recommend, if you do need the disk drive, just go ahead and grab it right here. But it's easily removable, which I guess is a pretty cool thing. Another key change is also what we have in terms of built-in storage, because on the original PS5, it was about 825 gigs. You got about 667, if I remember correctly, in terms of what you actually got of usage after you started everything up. While on the brand new PS5 Slim, you're getting 1 terabyte of storage to jump off with, and about 825, 840 gigabytes of storage to start off with that, and that's pretty cool. So you're getting more storage to begin with. And I like that, because that's what it really should have came with, because these games are getting way too big to just be having these real small drives anymore. You'll also note that the front panel lighting is a little bit different as well. The PS5, the lighting kind of goes up into the bend there at the top, while on the new PS5 Slim, it kind of stays at the bottom here. Not sure why they chose lighting differences, but that's just something to sort of note. Now the question is this worth upgrading to? And I would say I would hold off on this if you already have a PS5. There's not a whole lot you're gaining with this unless you need a smaller system, then maybe you want to go ahead and sort of upgrade. But for folks that haven't had a PS5 before, I would go ahead and jump on with this one because you're getting the extra storage and alone, and I think that's a really good thing. I know you can expand the storage, but getting more built in from default, I think is actually a really good thing. And I think I like that. And I also like the fact that it's a little bit more compact, so it should be able to fit in better places instead of just being this big bulky thing sort of around. Not the smaller system still, because when you compare it, the PS5 Slim to, let's say, the Xbox Series X, it's still a little bit bigger than the Xbox Series X by comparison size, but it's a lot more compact than the original ones. And if you're interested in those extra features, you can check the links below if you want to pick up a PS5 Slim. If you don't need those features, go ahead and stick to your PS5 that you have right now, but just get some insight on what the PS5 Pro could be coming and could of looking like down the line, and that might be the time when it's going to be sort of a worthy upgrade. Share your thoughts on the PS5 Slim. Are you going to pick this one up here, or are you going to hold off a little bit? You're going to wait for the Pro? I just want to know. Share your thoughts below. And also, these two videos right here, I'm just going to put as recommendations about PS5 latest stuff on the channel. Check either one of them out and let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching.